beep 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 boop. Pop 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 pop.
Beep 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 beep.
What is that jumpsuit your character's wearing?
You like it?
It looks kind of weird, like parts of it didn't load properly. Thunk!
Thunk.
Thunk!
Who to thunk it?
I'm just saying, doing that because of how stiff and heavy they fall.
Well, they are metal. Well, mostly comprised of cybernetic parts.
Too busy programming to notice you. Huh.
It's kind of a half and half kind of thing.
What do you mean half and half? Those boards were working on whatever computers those were and ignoring the fact you were wandering just right next to them.
Unless you
Look,
attack them, Borgs don't attack.
the Borg are kind of they're kind of an interesting kind of cybernetic race. They don't really take notice of you unless they see you as some kind of a threat.
Huh.
Or otherwise ordered by the collective.
That too. And much like any insect culture, they operate on a hive mind.
Interesting. Reminds me of a comic I once came across that was a crossover Doctor Who and Star Trek where the Borg and the Cybermen teamed up, then the Borg got betrayed by the Cybermen and the Cybermen tried to take them all over.
I'm guessing that didn't go too well.
Yeah, well, they did see for a bit, but the Borg had to team up with everyone, team up with everybody who wasn't a Borg to stop the Cyberman from taking them completely over.
I'll be right back. Just go. Sorry about that. I had to help Dad with something. Okay, somewhere around here there is a Federation scout just hanging about, and he's cloaked but will appear when I get close. I think I may have gotten them all. Which means there must be one which means the last one should be in either level 2 or level 3. Ah, there you are.
Are you succeeding in your goal?
It's pretty difficult, but I am doing it.
You're picking up stuff and dropping them off, so I'm a bit confused with what you're exactly doing.
Those things I was dropping a couple moments ago were my turrets that I'm capable of deploying. Yeah, the one with the green field around it, that's my that's my medical turret. If I stand in the field, it regenerates me. The second one I put down is a flamethrower / phaser turret. It will pew 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 at long range, but at close range it will deploy a flamethrower.
Who made the Star Trek online game?
Who made it?
Yeah.
A company called Cryptic. They also made Champions Online and Neverwinter.
Could you repeat that? Because you were echoing as you said the name.
Cryptic.
Ah, yeah.
Never mind.
Originally, it was published by Atari, but then Perfect World picked it up.
Guess who forgot he was logged in all night?
Hey,
Yeah.
how are you?
How's it going, man?
It's a good thing I was muted, otherwise things would have gotten really funny. Anyway,
How have you been?
I'm tired. I finally got my filming done. I need to do my audio for both my scripts. I'm going to do that a little bit later, and then I'll start editing.
Cool beans. I've been streaming all day long.
Thanks. Star Trek Online, apparently.
It's been a long time since I've played that.
I'm basically playing between Star Wars Online and World of Warships.
I don't know if
I
you
guess you
saw
like
the tweet or the Facebook post, but did you know that STO has a box?
You mean the collector's edition? Yeah, I've known about that collector's edition for years. That came out because I wanted a collector's edition when it came out. Gosh, I don't know how many years ago. Because I was one of the idiots that actually bought the game before it went free to play.
Yeah, I got a hold of the collector's edition recently. I
saw. Congratulations.
Unfortunately, the code was already used.
Well, I'm sure, but at that point, you're just there to get the trinkets in the box. I mean, you're not going you're not there to get anything else.
Well, to be fair, I did want the red matter capacitor. That's a nice little console to attach to a ship.
Perhaps, but I'm sure that thing is so antiquated now that it doesn't matter.
You're probably so OP as well.
You'll never know if it's OP now because of things have changed since it came out.
Well, things like that, those are usually aimed more towards lower level players.
Yeah, well, Reese is not a lower level player, so it doesn't matter.
Hence why he's OP for it.
Thus proving our point.
I admit I have taken time to nurse my character to an OP level. Or,
Hell yeah.
excuse me, characters. I have about 13 different alts.
It's about
I was
right.
about to say, I don't know if you're at OP level because you still can't shoot everybody and everything in one shot. That's when most people say you're OP. You can kill everything in one shot.
I don't think Star Trek even allows for that. I think you still have a battle, but the battles are a lot easier than what you would say. If you went into a level 5 area and came in with your guns ablazing where he's at, he's probably not going to be too bad. But if he went into an area where it was
30?
Level 30 or whatever, or he was experiencing the later seasons that they've been putting out. What are they on, like season 9
Season 11, I think.
Season 11 now? Yeah, because I remember season 9. I still occasionally look at it. Wow, I'm just getting all sorts of these gold things, aren't I? But you went somewhere like that, then yeah, he's probably going to have a tougher time because MMOs scale like that. They always scale like that.
Fun
I,
little
on the
fact-
other hand,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
You know, it would be nice to every now and again go into some area where at one time you had trouble and just curb stomp the fuck out of everything because you've gotten so much higher in a level.
That's
For
how
those
I feel in
watching
Final
the-
Fantasy 15.
For those watching
How
the
is
stream,
that, anyway?
I am curb stomping the Borg in an area where you are almost required to team up, because when you touch this console, the Borg immediately come out of their alcoves to jump you, and you're supposed to stick with the console the whole time and interact with it to achieve your goal.
So in other words, you touch a console inappropriately and the Borg are out to arrest you.
Pretty much.
Damn it. Do
Borg-
not
You have to
take your
No, the
you're
Borg
powers.
supposed to have
Stop
several
you.
people to watch you while you do that.
Right.
Meanwhile, this flamethrower is doing that for me.
But let me put it this way. Have you spent... let's see here. How much is it right now? I know it's on sale on the PSN network, on the PSN shop, because of the thing, but I think that might be going away today or tomorrow. Let me check.
Were you asking if I
How is
spend
Final
money?
Fantasy 15?
What do you mean? What is going away? What are you talking about?
There's a sale going on for Squeenix stuff on the PlayStation Store. You've
I think that might be going away.
you've probably seen it on Steam also.
Well, Reese did
There
bring,
was a sale, yes.
Reese kept bringing up the fact that Baconator fries are a better use of your $1.74 than buy Daikatana.
See, I'd be a tortured person by Daikatana, but I'd probably buy Daikatana on the N64 to torture myself even further.
I've
See.
rented it on the N64 from Blockbuster.
I'm sure it was that terrible also.
Yeah, brought it back the same day.
All right, where is it? Yeah, the digital version of Final Fantasy 15 is on sale for about $40. If you want the premium edition, which has the season pass with it, it's $65. And honestly, an extra $5 above retail price is worth it for that. This is I have a review for it. That was my second script, but I'll just say it right now as a little preview. It's a $60 game. I didn't believe it. I couldn't believe it was a $60 game when I played it, and then I played it and I trounced it, and wow, just wow. I haven't been this impressed over a Final Fantasy since 7.
Yes, 8 was combo. I wonder. Wait, why would you impress at on any level with 8, 9, maybe 10 and 10 2, or
8 was confusing. I didn't play a whole lot of 9, but because I played 9 too late. I didn't play 9 when it came out. 8 was confusing. 10 was very conservative in its approach. Plus the voice acting pulled me out of it. 12 got boring after a while, even though I think it's actually a good game, but it didn't impress me. It didn't wow me like 15 did, or even 7 did. Because 7, remember, was the big jump from the Super Nintendo to the PlayStation. Okay?
yes.
And so, as soon as I'm done echoing, 13 came along, and I'm one of those people who will defend 13. Is it good by any means? No, it's not great. I wouldn't even dare call it good, but I wouldn't call it bad. It's very conservative. 10 is better than 13, I think, but I think people give 13 a lot of shit that they shouldn't give it. 13.2 and 13... I haven't played 13.3 yet, but what little I played of 13.2 was even worse. 13.2 was just, let's add time travel to this. No. Just don't.
Oh god, time travel is always a horrible mechanic to add in games.
And it was another excuse to get for Tetsuya Nomura to draw another one of his pedophile characters. Oh, did this finally get put out? Thank you for the fractured but whole. I still need to play the Stick of Truth.
Yep. I think it was delayed by a month or so.
Oh, okay. So it's a pre-order basically.
Yeah, same here.
Oh wow, it comes with both. Okay, cool.
I also have yet to play Stick of Truth.
Because it's Ubisoft have further announced a delay into fiscal year 2018. Jeez.
But
Anyway, well, at least Stick of Truth is there, so I can fuck around with that. Anyway, but 15 and 11, MMO batshit insane. I played 14 before it got blown up, and it was terrible. I understand that it's fixed now, but I'm not the target audience for that. 15 does have its problems, but oh my gosh, it's so good. It actually feels like a Final Fantasy, and you would think that a game where at the beginning of the game, you would think that a Final Fantasy where the beginning of the game has the main characters that look like something out of a Japanese boy band pushing a car that's broken down on the side of a road to a car shop with Florence and the Machine blaring in the background with a cover of Stand By Me by Benny King would be bad. Turns out I was wrong. Oh, man.
On that note, I have to ask. Actually, I have two questions. One, did you ever get around to trying the pinball game on mobile?
The pinball game on mobile.
It ties in with Final Fantasy 15.
Oh! Justice Monsters 5. First of all, that's not pinball.
It's not. It looks like pinball.
There are no drop points. It's too easy.
Oh, all right.
There are no drop tunnels. No, it's their version of pinball. I get what they're doing with it. Basically, the reason why there are no drop tunnels is because the balls have HP values, so you get hurt. You can get hurt, and the characters get killed off, and that's how you lose your pinballs. It's very easy. It's not bad.
What the hell is this pinball you're talking about?
It's a game called Justice Monsters 5. It's a sort of weird it's a weird pinballish game in Final Fantasy 15. They made an app for it on Android and iOS, but you can also play the game in Final Fantasy 15. It's tied to a trophy or an achievement, and if you get a good enough Justice Monsters 5. And if you play it enough, there's an item that you can get out of it, and I think it's something related to the car. I don't remember. By the way, the car is my favorite part of the game.
why is that?
You wouldn't think that taking road trips in a Final Fantasy would be a good thing, but it is. It adds to that feel.
Well, you're getting updates along the way that'll fix some of the mistakes it has.
No, well, I mean, even see, I wanted to play it pre patching of Chapter 13.
What's the difference?
Well, apparently people thought that Chapter 13 was a complete and total thematic difference between what happens earlier. And it is. It starts to play more like a very basic survival horror game. And I didn't take issue with it. I didn't have a problem with it. In fact, it sort of fit the mood as to what was going on. I think people just missed the ability to attack was the problem, but I didn't have a problem with it. I don't know what anybody else is thinking, but whatever. I did not take umbrage with it.
It leaves my second question. You want to speculate as to when Final Fantasies 1 and 2 is going to come to Steam?
It depends on whether or not they want to use the Android or PSP versions, because 5's on Steam, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because 3 and 4 are based off of the... Well, 3 is based off of the 3DS version, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
4, I don't think is, because they do include the after years with it, and so I think that's based off of the PSP and Android versions. So, eventually it might make it, but I wouldn't hold my breath either way. I'm not worried about it either way.
I bet it has much.
I'm kind of left
complete sentences, Wheel Girl. Complete sentences.
I'm
I
kind of
was
left.
gonna bring up something about Kingdom Hearts, but I decided no, that's probably a console-only thing in their heads.
Well, that and I wouldn't want it on Steam anyway. I have issues with a guy that likes drawing 13-year-olds with many pockets all the time.
So you have issues with the character designer of Kingdom Hearts.
He's the director! He's the director of Kingdom Hearts, fucking Tetsuya Nomura. In fact, I think that's one of the reasons why Final Fantasy 15 was good, because they told him to go away and work on his own material.
Apparently that's not Kingdom Hearts, because they're still sitting around waiting for 3 to come out.
Well, yeah, because they're still... Let's see here. They did Kingdom Hearts 1, then all the shit in between that, then what was it, Chain of Memories, then Kingdom Hearts 2, then all the shit in between all of that, then they re-released Kingdom Hearts 1 as 1.5, and Kingdom Hearts 2 is 2.5, then they re-released those again in one package, and now they have Kingdom Hearts 2.8.
Actually, they're actually going to release 1.5 and 1.2 again for PS4.
That's what I said.
Oh, right.
I said that. So, yeah, I know 2.8 it's Birth by Sleep and a couple of other things?
I have no idea.
No. No. 1.5 is the first Kingdom Hearts, and the cutscenes from 365 Days divided by 2 and
358 over 2, but yeah.
Yeah.
How do I know this?
And, let me finish. And the PS2 version of Chain of Memories, then 2.5 is Kingdom Hearts 2 and Birth by Sleep, and the cutscenes from Recoded. 2.8 is Dream Drop Distance plus some new things that explains what Aqua's been up to. And character from Birth by Sleep.
So with the car, can you actually upgrade it through the game, or is it as is? For Final Fantasy 15, the car, can that be upgraded, or is it just as is?
Oh shit, I forgot to hit the caps lock button. Shit. Yes, you can upgrade the car. There are some problems that are very apparent with the car immediately as soon as you get it. But yes, you can upgrade the car, and thank goodness you can.
Like faster horsepower, more trunk space, better fuel tank.
You don't need trunk space. Yeah, fuel capacity and fuel economy are the two. No, fuel economy is one, and speed
horsepower
is the other, and horsepower is the other. Although for
Have you
car,
ever? Oh,
go ahead.
I was gonna ask. Have you ever just driven the car until it ran out of gas?
It's very possible to do so. Yes, you can get the car towed to a spot once you get to a spot where you can refuel the car.
I just asked if you just let it drive until the gas runs out.
Yes, but I don't want to walk. And there are monsters out at night, and they suck at early levels.
Yeah, I've seen like one screenshot that showed like a big giant dragon creature monster in the background.
Giant dragon monster creature in the ground. I don't
Background.
remember that one. At what?
In the background.
Well, there's a giant bird.
Okay, you know like that T-Rex thing from like Final Fantasy 12? Or is it? Yeah, from 12.
No, but I can imagine it.
Kind of looks something like that.
I don't remember if I ran into something like that. See, the thing is, I've already finished all the trophies for it. One of which includes killing a. That's one of the other things I liked about the game was the fact that its sense of scale is amazing.
So some areas you don't want to go to till you're a high enough level.
Oh yeah, and yet you have free reign over where you go.
So it's kind of going to be like Fallout New Vegas, where you go once, you die.
It's Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy was like that. The original Final Fantasy was like that.
Yeah, just not recently.
Well, no, exactly. That's why I think it's a return to form. I mean, I could continue gushing about this game, and I probably will. There is at the beginning of when you start the game up, it says there's a little message that says it's a Final Fantasy for all fans, whether it's your first or you're a veteran, or something like that. Actually, no, I can look at the thing already because I have 30 million clips of this thing. Yes, I played that. Yeah. A Final Fantasy for fans and first timers. That's what they call it. That's what they say. If you've played any Final Fantasy before, you'll be amazed by this because either one, it'll take the bad taste of 13 out of your mouth, even though I don't think 13 is that bad. Or if you've played a lot of the older stuff, particularly if you're looking at 7, 6, 4, or even the first game, you get that sense of awe and wonder of the land, because even it does start to fall apart near the end, and I do wish they had expanded on some of those parts, but
that's probably what
even with that, well, no, chapter 13 has nothing to do with those parts. That's the problem. It's more thematic than anything else.
More things than just fixing chapter 13. Just so you know.
I doubt that they're going to add complete areas for chapters 9 through 12, because that's thematic to that's part of the story. Even the ending was acceptable to me. Well, not even acceptable. I thought it was great. It made perfect sense. Anyway, about the size of the whole thing. One of the trophies in there, I just say it right off the bat because it's not really a spoiler. You fight an Adamantoise.
What?
The Adamantoise is huge, and I don't mean huge like it's a zoo huge, like a giant bird. No, you're literally fighting a mountain.
So kind of like Shadow the Colossus, big.
Bigger than that. I had to think about that. It's bigger than that.
So kind of like on the scale of the weapons from Final Fantasy VII.
Bigger than that. Bigger than that. I dare say bigger than that. It's huge. It's huge. And even at level 99, even at the highest level, at level 99, I took it on at about level 62, 63, something like that. Maybe 65. Even at level 99, it will take a good half an hour to an hour to beat this thing.
So combat, is that like turn-based or active time-based?
It's active. It's active. I mean, the only thing that I don't like about the combat is the fact that you only control one character directly. I wish that you had been given the ability to control all 4 characters like Final Fantasy 12 did. But the way they integrate Final Fantasy 15's characteristics in terms of the combat as link strikes, it's very everything is pretty much done with a button press. The menus are still there, but it's not so bad. It's not obtrusive. It flows real easily. It's one of the few things from Kingdom Hearts I like. It's a lot more streamlined, though, than Kingdom Hearts. You don't have to worry about necessarily using the D-pad unless it's actually paused, which is pretty much only on menu screens or switching out certain things. It's pretty simple and easy. That would be my dog.
Yep.
I was pretty happy with it. I thought it was watching this worse, but I had a lot of fun with it.
For those watching the stream, this is what an Adamantoise looks like. Probably from a different game, but still, it's an Adamantoise.
But just much, much, much bigger.
Yeah, imagine that, but king size.
Could you post the picture in the Mumble? I haven't seen it.
That's on his stream.
I had it on my stream. You should watch.
That's why I said, could you post the picture in the Mumble, please?
You should watch my stream
there
a little bit more. I think he wants a link to the picture.
That's correct.
Why do you have so many tabs, Reese?
Because I'm a sadist. Because there's so many things.
Okay, I saw it. It's that thing. Okay, yeah, that's from
Final Fantasy IV After Years.
4 After Years. Yeah. Adamantoise is. It actually kind of does look like that. The mountain is definitely bigger. It's huge. I mean, and there are enemies in this game that are huge. Adamantoise is pretty much the biggest thing that you can find.
So it's a
giant
boss type deal.
A giant.
It's a tortoise stuck inside a. It's a mountain-sized tortoise stuck inside a mountain.
Does it change my? That didn't answer my question. I said so. It's a secret boss or something.
Not really a secret boss. It's
a super one, probably.
It's super. It's kind of it's kind of end game. I want to say it's end game. Did I beat it before? Did I beat it after I beat the game? I don't remember. I think I beat it before I beat the game.
But is it required to beat the?
No, you don't have to face the. You don't have to face the Adamantoise at all.
Then to me that counts as raid boss or something. Some term for it.
Well, it ain't no raid because there are no raids in this game.
Fair point, but I was just saying some sort of hidden boss or whatever you would like to call bosses that are there but not required to even meet in the story.
Well, yeah, it's a side quest. Oh, it's definitely a side quest.
Yeah, well, it's fair. It's an RPG. Yeah, there's going to be side quests somewhere in there.
How bad's the grind?
I'm sorry?
How bad is the grind?
Standard JRPG fair, but there are ways to cheese it.
Like enemies that just give super XP?
Not quite. There are ways to boost the XP. But they handle it a little differently, and I thought this was actually genius. They kind of handle it the way that D&D handles experience. You get experience as you fight, but you don't apply it towards leveling up until you sleep.
So you can build it up, and then sleep, and then get a whole giant amount.
And there are different ways that you can sleep as well. There are campgrounds where you can sleep for free, or if you want to spend a little money, or a lot of money, or a whole shitload of money,
So
you can go to places. Let me finish. You can go to places where you can sleep, like hotels or campers, or even there's even a luxury hotel that you can sleep at, and that will give you an experience multiplier bonus. But if you want the biggest experience bonus, you're going to have to wait until Chapter 9 and spend 30,000 gil, because that gives you the biggest multiplier, which is 3 times.
Nice.
And how long do the multipliers last?
No. It's not a lasting thing. You get the experience when you fight. When you go to sleep, the multiplier is then applied. So let's say you fight and then you get 10,000 experience. You go to a camper, that's a 1.2 experience multiplier. You get 12,000 experience.
So they can build up if you fight a lot before you decide to let your character pass out.
There's no such thing as fatigue in the game.
You know what I mean.
Well, yeah, but also you don't want to be out at night in early levels. You don't. The only time you want to be out at night in early levels is if you're in a populated area where there are lights, so that way things don't come and attack you.
Will they attack you even in your car?
Yes.
God damn! I would love to see the cargo, creature attack and see the cargo flying.
The car can get damaged. You don't want the car to get damaged.
Wait, what happens if it gets too damaged? Does it blow up?
I don't know if it blows up, but it don't move, and you're gonna have to walk to where you need to go.
Oh my!
And in the middle of the night, you don't want that. Hell, I didn't even care for the chocobos in the game. I was just like, why? I have a car.
Dude, maybe that's why. So, I don't know. They had a lot of modern features, from what I can tell.
Well, the chocobo is useful because it's faster than walking, and you can, go off-road with it. You can go off-road with it.
I have a favor to ask.
You can't go off-road with the car, are you figuring?
No, the cars are constrained to paved and unpaved roads. You can't go anywhere in the car. You can't go everywhere in the car.
My protege, Clara, can bust
If you first say can't go
Should I
anywhere,
take
then I
that
go,
as a compliment?
what's the point of the car then?
I never say no
can't
to
go
getting
everywhere with
stoked
the
up
car.
on adrenaline.
Ish.
What do you mean, ish?
Let's just say I don't like Top Gun, and I'll leave it at that.
What does an airplane movie got to do with your?
I'm gonna leave it at
the
that.
car.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
I'm really confused.
Good.
Could you just talk about the car and then you bring up a movie about airplanes?
I'll be a little more specific. I still hate Top Gun for the NES.
That's kind of what I was figuring you were talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, still don't see how it connects back to driving a car in Final Fantasy 15.
It connects. It connects in a very, very odd way.
It controls about as well.
The car is fine, but I'm not going to give it away. The car itself is fine, but I'm not going to give it away.
Your car can fly?
I'm not giving it away.
Or is there some sort of flying vehicle in the game?
Yeah, that's fun. And seeing something in the Mumble Ninja Commander, it's an ocean of wasted space. Sure, they wanted to make sure that all the space was used in the Switch itself. Apparently.
Plus, what's good for comparison's sake, they show you what the packaging is in other ones.
Well, I'm sure. I don't really care. I don't care about the packaging. All I care about is the system itself. That's all I care about. I mean, the same thing happened with the Wii U. There was some wasted space in there, too.
Wow! That is a bunch of wasted space for just a card that doesn't look much bigger than a goddamn 3DS cartridge.
Oh, you're talking about the retail boxes. Yeah.
They seem a bit big. If you figured to go with something like the size of the Vita box.
Yeah, I
Crazy
think they're
enough,
that big.
if you look at the third picture, there is the Vita box.
I just want to know if I get my damn federal tax return before the Switch comes out. Because I would like to place the pre-order already. And
What pre-order?
I think they're what pre-order? They've been out for a while.
Yeah, and if you try to get a pre-order now, wait for the next
April.
batch.
April, I think. But yeah, I thought they were going to be the size of a PSP box.
Same here, and it looks like they are.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
But
fine.
in all seriousness, though, no material.
Well, they haven't shown the material for it yet. They may or may not put material in there. They probably will. I mean, it's not going to be. It's probably not going to be a full-sized instruction booklet, but it'll probably be. Ooh, another gold thing.
I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about something else.
Oh, I thought we
Apparently
were talking about the. I thought we were talking about the Switch box itself too.
Yeah, here's the funny thing, though. The Zelda box you see here, apparently from what the guy said is that this is a retail. This is a retail box.
Yeah,
It's
and
official. You're wasting a whole bunch of space.
and
I just find it funny that no manual. Come on, man. And also from the suck.
they'll put stuff in it, but they're not going to put they're not going to put full manuals in it like they used to. They're trying to go green. Remember, the days of big manuals are gone.
Oh, I know that. Trust me, my old PC manuals. Oh, I miss those things. The manuals that were basically like tomes.
I'm sorry, those days are long gone.
Yeah,
I
remember
know
the one
that.
for Neverwinter Nights. That thing was like 300 or 400 pages long.
Dude, the Warcraft and Starcraft books, they were like...
Those weren't that big.
Those weren't that big, but they got like, you knew everything.
They were large, but they weren't thick.
No, not like the old PC games.
Because I have those manuals still.
Homeworld came with 2 giant-ass books.
Homeworld was big.
Not only did it come with the instruction manual, which was a book, but it also came with a strategy guide for the entire game, which was just as big. It even told you for the very last stage it was going to consume a shit ton of CPU power, and they could not guarantee that it would go at full speed.
Okay, so the box is 1 centimeter thick.
Also, holy shit, that took a wrong
Right.
turn.
People were thinking, well, why couldn't they make it small like the Vita? Because, you know, it's only 2 millimeters thick. Oh, never mind. I don't think that's the width of the cartridge itself. The thing is actually like 5. I forgot the packaging is 5 centimeters thick.
But yeah, the reason why I brought up the pre-order is
And 5
because
millimeters.
I talked with the manager of the GameStop next door to my workplace,
Yeah.
and he told me that they weren't accepting pre-orders until this coming Friday.
Oh, okay. So they're
But that's
I don't
just
know.
that's just for the one over there. I don't know if it applies nationwide.
That may be for the next set of pre-orders. I couldn't tell you how that works. I'm just happy I got my place in line at Amazon. I'm happy with that. I don't care. I'm pleased.
Although
Oh, this
they
is
were-
funny.
they weren't- go ahead.
It says a picture of NASA. Did you know the internet speed at NASA is 91 gigabytes per second?
Gigabytes or gigabits?
It shows GB, the big letters.
Well,
And that makes us sit here going, why can't the cable company give us something better? Now we're not asking for NASA speed, but we're asking for something faster.
You're gonna miss the joke here, but
I remember somebody joking about installing GTA 5 boss comes
Yep,
on
that's the
install.
one.
Yeah. Even with the speed, you're still installing, so that's going to take a shit ton of time too.
It should be faster on a network like that.
I mean, downloading might be fast, but you still have to install it, and you still have to get the data written on the hard drive. Unless you have a hard drive that's that fast too, it's not going to matter that much.
Yeah, at that point, you need to go solid state to really
At
do
this point,
that.
those solid state is still too expensive to be worth it.
Well, what
Yeah,
about if you-
per gig, yes.
Wait, but what about if you do it through Steam? You
That's
just-
what I was
Again,
talking
we
about.
run into
Yeah,
the
that's-
same problem. The download will go, whoosh, but then the install is going to go.
Also, I just want to say this.
That was my noise for a hard drive, by the way.
SSDs are really good. Are actually still at a good price for what they are now.
The who and the what for a good price? What?
SSDs are still at a good price nowadays.
They're getting better.
Oh, a lot better.
What you do, in crew? Oh,
I would,
Reese?
I would like them to get to the point where it's less than $100 per terabyte.
That's gonna take a while, simply because we're waiting for the flash memory to actually get down that far.
Yeah, I know. It's going to take a while. It's going to
Yeah,
take a while.
but-
Once we start seeing,
I'm hoping I can make it to Seattle.
once we get to the point where 2, terabyte is more common, 2 terabyte more common, because 4 terabyte isn't even that common on a
Standard drive.
standard hard drive level. I'm lucky I have 2 4 terabytes in here. So it just eventually, once the technology gets there, and I think it's going to be fairly soon. I'd give it a couple of years because I am running out of space on my 2 terabyte hard drive on my PS.
Well, there is the Samsung 10 tera. I mean, there is the Seagate 10 terabyte.
Yes, but I don't want. Well, first of all, I don't think the PS4 can support 10 terabytes.
No, it only 4.
I don't want to put a thing on my case, an extender on my case, because eventually I'm sure I'll probably get a PS4 Pro, and they put the drive in a different spot where you can't use a larger drive. So, now I know that they've allowed support for external hard drives now, but if you're going to put a hard drive in there, what's the point? It's the same problem I have with the Xbox One. I know why they did it. I'm just picky like that.
Also, I forgot to mention that this hard drive is sealed with helium.
What, the 10 terabyte hard drive?
Yep.
What are they gonna expect you to do? Suck on it so you get a higher voice?
No, because you know the reason why they put it and seal it with helium?
Reduce air resistance.
Yep. Make it spin faster.
But at the same time, wouldn't that increase the likelihood of hard drive failure simply because of moving parts?
Nope. Because it has less resistance, it actually will run smoothly. And it has a 10-year warranty.
10-year warranty. And
No.
it has 10.
I mean, 5 years, sorry.
5-year warranty.
That's actually not bad.
Yeah. For $460.
That's actually not that bad at all.
If I
Drop
suddenly
the price
drop
into
out,
a quarter.
folks, if I suddenly drop out, it's because my computer shat itself. I took a look to my right and saw
It's red.
it turned red.
What's turning red?
My water cooler, it has two different lights, one for normal and red for, oh my god, I'm burning up.
That's not good.
How about this for you, Will? How about a petabyte of storage?
Well, I think everybody would want a petabyte of storage, but I'm not worried about it right now.
Unless you do it with 100 of those 10 terabyte drives.
Well, yeah, but I don't have a computer that's big enough to do that.
You don't. You need a server.
And I don't have a NAS that's big enough to do that. And I really don't care right now.
Actually, here's the thing though. A NAS is not good enough for it.
Well, no shit. You need a rack.
which is what the video is going to show you that this guy did. He got 100 of these, and the thing is, one server can't hold them all. He has to get 2 servers.
You mean 2 server racks?
No, 2 servers. Like 2 server boxes just to put it in there.
You
He's
do
already-
realize how big server boxes can be, right?
Yeah, I know the U sizes.
Yeah. So he was able to fit 100 hard drives into 1 U of space.
Unfortunately, no,
Or
not
2
one
U's
U.
of space.
Nope.
Then all he's doing is showing his dick size. I don't really care.
No, he needs 100 terabyte. He needs a petabyte for one reason. He has a new camera source that he's going 8K using red. He has a red camera.
You will have to explain this to me because I get the feeling from my point of view he has a camera that he just painted red and therefore go faster, go 40K orcs.
Sounds about right to me.
Red is a big name in the camera industry because their cameras can go up to 8K. They're even trying to create one that is 10K.
Fine. Does it capture at 1600 frames a second? Does it capture at 2000 frames a second? Can it capture at 15,000 frames a second? Otherwise, it's not impressive to me. That's just a resolution thing. Because you folks know Thunderfoot, yeah?
Yeah,
I know of him.
I've seen his, I've seen his
just-
thermal videos.
Yeah, you know how much he spent on that, right?
Probably around 10 grand, right?
15. He spent 15. He spent 15.
I was off
And
by
he
a
didn't
couple.
know if it was going to work.
I put Thunderfoot as this. Great science videos should shut up about politics because he's acting like a bitter liberal.
I don't know. I think he makes sense in some of that stuff, but he just likes dissecting things. Anyway, I don't really care. The sciencey stuff is more fun anyway. Like him
That is
going
true.
nuts on plastic roads. That was funny.
That's a gross. Proving it's even more pointless than the solar panel road at Kansas, which was also a failure.
Which, yeah. Anyway. I like potato chips.
Oh, who doesn't?
But
What brand?
oh, it's just the wavy Lays, but it's with the plain wavy Lays. But I have some sour cream and onion dip here.
Yum.
I got Cape Cod brand.
Cape Cod is good.
Yep.
Where the fuck are my scripts? There they are, and I need to add something to the Zelda.
What are you reviewing?
I was going to say, there we go. No, that's not it. One or the other one. There it is.
What are you reviewing?
Well, I told you I have 2 scripts. I got The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD, and then I got Final Fantasy 15.
Ah. I'm wondering where the conversation of Final Fantasy 15 came from. What?
Mentioned he was recording it for review purposes.
I missed that part. Jeez. He must have said it while I was getting some food.
I think this is something we can all agree on. To be old and wise, you first must be young and stupid.
But not too stupid, just stupid.
No, you got to be pretty young. You got to be stupid too. I think.
Yes.
Because you
You
got to
have
have a decision. You have to be able to make wrong decisions.
Yes, and here's another one. This week, stop dressing over shady people.
Stop cursing over shady people.
No, stop stressing. Stop stressing over shitty people.
Well, one of them's kind of in control of the fucking free world, so we kind of do have to stress about that. But
It's not that shitty. Stop reading super much into what the media said.
no, I don't even care about what the media says. Just the decisions that have been made over the past 4 weeks. I don't even care. I don't even care what the agendas are at this point. There's shit that's stupid that happens. Period. So I just ignore it and I pay attention to the flamboyantly gay conservative that just lost a book deal.
What? Oh, yeah, because some people edited his words to make him say something he didn't really say.
Oh no, he said it. It's just that the problem that he's running into
Oh,
is shut up for a second. The problem that he's running into is he's speaking off the cuff, and when he speaks off the cuff, he works himself into some corners. Because he has the same dry sense of humor that I do. I mean, he's British. What do you expect?
well, yeah, the
But I mean, like the comment that he made about giving head, I thought that was hilarious. But at the same time, while I knew where he was coming from, he shouldn't have put it that way because that's still fucking abuse. And when he turned it, or when he tried to say face on it on a Facebook post, it didn't work.
Well, the drunken peasants also had to take part of the brunt because he said it there.
Well, so he adds pedantry to a lot of the stuff, and that's fine. That's fine. I understand that. I think his initial interview with Bill Maher was interesting. It made me figure out where he was coming from. And basically it boils down to this. Eventually he's going to be set on fire. And the loss of the book deal is where it starts, because if you're going to be a troll, you better be prepared to be set on fire. And he is going to get set on fire. Period. I'm not saying that there are people that need to police his language. I'm saying that in certain situations he needs to be careful of what he says. He has every right to say what he says, but he has every right to reap the consequences of what he says. Is that fair?
That is fair. But the problem is there's people who says you shouldn't even be allowed to say it in the first place.
I'm not saying you shouldn't be allowed to say it. I'm saying that the only reason people are misinterpreting what free speech is. That's all it is. People are misinterpreting what free speech
take it as anybody who disagrees with me can't speak, and you can't criticize my speech.
There are a lot of it's more than just the liberal-minded SJWs that say that. Trust me.
They're the loudest,
Trust me.
though. They're the loudest to do it, though.
But to finish this off and to get this conversation back to where it needs to be, which is video games and nerd stuff.
Nerd.
We need to learn what free speech in the Constitution actually means and stop policing stuff through government control and other stuff, because eventually the language will evolve itself. Now, what the hell were we talking about? Oh yeah, people going nuts over video games. Yes.
Final Fantasy 15.
Final Fantasy. Well, I'm almost done with Final Fantasy 15. Unless you have any other questions about it.
Don't suppose you know if it's coming out to Steam at all.
The problem is that it's a proprietary engine. It uses.
Isn't that usually with most Final Fantasy games?
Yes, but the crystal engine that Final Fantasy 13 uses up through 14, I want to say, is old. So they've had time to port it. I think it's going to be easier than the crystal engine, because the crystal engine had to be ported. Remember that when Final Fantasy 15 was conceived, remember it started on the PlayStation 3. So it was going to be based off of the cell architecture, which, as most people will probably say, is shit. Well, if you believe Gabe Newell. Anyway, then of course back then it was known as Final Fantasy Versus 13, and now it's Final Fantasy 15 on a new engine with a newer development team and all that. Since the PlayStation 4 was the preferred machine of development for Square Enix, and then they ported it over to the Xbox One, which is why the PS4 version runs better than the Xbox One version. It's still x86 based. I think, given a couple of tweaks here and there, it'll eventually come out to Steam. But the problem that it will have is it's going to miss out on the first run because it's already over of the Moogle Chocobo Carnival. Which I have to say was pretty interesting. I screwed around with that. I did it for a day. It's a short little thing, but it was fun. I had fun with it.
Well, I'm going to say...
I never thought I would see grown human beings, well, grown rendered human beings in a carnival dressed up as anthropomorphic Moogles and Chocobos. That make you dance.
Okay, that sounds creepy.
Even Noctis was like, what the fuck am I doing?
I was going to say, well, people have been saying that the recent consoles are more like crappy PCs.
I wouldn't say that they're crappy, but they're definitely not
Low end.
I wouldn't even say they're low end. I would say they're in between low and mid range.
Well, some say you basically get all the problems of a PC without all the benefits of one.
And people wonder why I have issues people programming for x86. But what the fuck do I know? Anyway.
86, that's 32, right?
Well, it's 32 and 64-bit technically, since they are running off of 64-bit chips these days. Because people will go x86 and then x64, it's the same fucking thing. It's the same fucking thing.
From one grinding experience to another.
What are you playing now? Oh, check that.
Yeah, there's this place, I think it's in Ohio, to where there's a ramp in the middle of the road, and you can easily grind for parts this way.
Yeah, you said
because people keep crashing?
In terms of upgrading parts.
Well, you said grind for parts. I'm assuming people keep crashing so you can find parts.
One would think, yeah. Actually, where the hell is this place? Let me zoom out a bit. It is... Oh, it's next to Detroit. Actually, it might be in Ohio, given the geography. Yeah, it's right next to Lake Erie, so yeah, may as well be. They kind of chopped Indiana out of the equation.
Are you sure they really did, or different states look so similar you can't tell them apart?
Well, how well do you know your United States maps? I mean, take a look at the map here. We got... I'm next to the Lake Erie shoreline, Allegheny Forest, Coal State. I'm guessing that's their interpretation of West Virginia. Actually, I'm right net. I'm still a little ways away from the Ohio roadside giants, which I'm guessing. Hell, they may have chopped out most of Illinois as well. Well, that's
do they keep
besides
something
Chicago.
that? I was gonna say, do they keep? They should keep something that looks like Indianapolis at least.
Maybe the Indianapolis Speedway.
Well, I can definitely tell they chopped out most of New York because they chopped out Pennsylvania because I see New York so close.
Yeah, New York's right there, and this little spot that's right below it, that's supposed to be D.C. D.C. is practically across the river from New York.
Yep, they threw out most of the East Coast.
Well, there's no Baltimore.
I don't know if that's a good or bad thing.
Well, that means you don't have anywhere to live.
You, shush.
And, well, there's Twisted Puppet. She's in Nashville. At least that's where she used to live. And it's directly to the west of the Palm Coast. They kept most of Florida and Louisiana, but they got rid of Georgia.
Well, there's not much in Georgia. I would say there's a point in keeping.
I believe.
Wait, but that also means they threw out Alabama, probably Mississippi as well.
Let's go down the pike here. There's New Orleans. There's the Bayou. There's generic swamp. They kept the Mississippi Delta.
Okay, so some of Mississippi lives.
There's most of Texas.
Yep, Alabama's been tossed out the goddamn window. Somebody must, if most of the people who went to college in the South were from old Mississippi, I wouldn't be too goddamn surprised.
Speaking of Mississippi, look where the Mississippian Plateau is. Right next to D.C.
Well, when we crunched the country, we chopped things out that probably should have stayed around.
So what you're saying is I shouldn't play the cars because I shouldn't play the crew because it's not geographically accurate.
That's only if you give a fuck about geography.
You should play it if you like Midnight Club cranked up to 11.
I didn't like Midnight Club in general. I mean, Midnight Club 3 was alright, but I mean, it's too arcadey for me.
I mean, you get to travel a humongous country. It's not geographically accurate, but it is a huge ass country. Maybe about as much as several states.
They're still pretty big.
Yeah. It's definitely bigger than San Andreas.
Yeah, but San Andreas also had a lot of emptiness in it.
With a lot of places to explore.
I'm jaded against San Andreas anyway. What the hell do I know?
Wait, why do you hate that particular GTA?
Too much to do, too many things to deal with while getting into the way of the main story.
Isn't that?
I think it was too large for its own good.
Wait, are you saying 4 and 5 are smaller?
Oh yeah, 4 and 5 are definitely smaller, geographically speaking. San Andreas took place over 2 states technically.
Wow.
Because you had Los Santos, you had San Fierro, and you had Los Venturas, which is supposed to be Vegas.
Oh, and let's not forget Area 51.
Oh, did they include that?
Yeah, Area 69.
Area 69. Okay. So somehow you jump over another state to get to another state. But there are a bunch of areas in California also that are sectioned off, so you can chalk that up to that.
But yeah, there's a military base with a jetpack inside that supposedly is so secretive.
That it's out in the open. Yes, it's all right. It's all right, but I just thought there was way too much to do. You had to keep up on a whole bunch of stuff. There was just so much stuff that you had to do, and it was a detriment to the eventual story. Like 5 was perfect. Blaine County and Los Santos was perfect. It was a good size. There was plenty of content for all 3 characters to do. I enjoyed the shit out of GTA 5.
I have it, but I gave up frequently because I remembered I could drive in most cases for shit.
No, the driving in most GTA games is crap. It's gotten better over the years.
I can't do any driving. I suck at most racing video games, so I
don't play Gran Turismo. Don't play Gran Turismo.
I will take your word for it.
Yeah, well, let me put it this way: if you don't like arcadey driving, oh gosh, Gran Turismo and Forza are so specific in terms of their physics. Gran Turismo more so than Forza. That, oh gosh, no, you would hate it. You would hate it.
Not arcadey. I don't care. I suck. Period.
Well,
Let
me put it this way: how long can you last in pole position?
I can't even do.
Sorry, that was too easy.
I can't even qualify. I suck at racing games that badly.
I accidentally put myself in another place by accident. Oh gosh. Jeez. No, that.
Let me say.
And now that I think about it, I wish I'd gotten that NegCon from the Retro Gaming Expo, but I had to spend $85 on a complete copy of Smash Brothers for the N64 because I'm nuts.
The only driving I've ever been able to do in a fairly smooth manner is in the Borderlands series. So take that.
Yeah. Actually, that driving isn't too bad. I actually wish that kind of steering would help, but that's not really how steering works. So I can understand because the car or the vehicles in those games drive the same way like you would control a human being. So in first person, so they didn't change it up, so it kind of worked out.
That's the
Wheel
only
Girl.
game. Why?
Hey, Wheel Girl, I got something just for you.
Uh-oh.
Hey!
Yes?
You look like a real jerk.
Well, I am a corporate executive.
Have in mind.
Stops exciting things from happening.
So what you doing?
Well, Muffy, Buffy, Biff Jr. and I are going on our Sunday drive.
Oh, no, you ain't. You're gonna play pole position!
Oh, that's funny.
I never heard back from Guru Larry about the idea of of looking over old video game ads and critiquing them.
Oh, Guru Larry probably forgot you exist.
He'll probably steal it from you later.
Who knows? Guru Larry probably not. He's currently starting a series with a guy whose gaming channel is called Top Hat Gaming, who's also a wrestler known as Richard Parliament.
Oh, that's funny.
Soon I will grind a masterpiece.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
How is everybody doing today?
How's it going?
I was going to talk earlier, but all my microphones have mysteriously vanished.
It happens. How have you been, man? I haven't heard from you in ages.
Alright.
I wish I had $65.
I wish I did too. I need to pay the phone bill tomorrow morning.
Eek.
Another reason I'm waiting for the tax refund to come in.
When did you file?
A couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Direct deposit?
Yeah.
Should be there pretty quick.
I'd like to think so. But there is no guarantee.
What service did you use?
Tax Act.
Okay. So you spent money to get the one that worked, or?
I spent a couple bucks,
Okay.
I think.
Okay. I've been on a really weird comic book kick as of late.
Define weird.
Well, it all started with watching really bad clips of Teen Titans Go.
And why were you
As
led to
opposed to
those in the
suffering
first
through
place?
As opposed to suffering through the show itself.
Well, first of all, I don't mind stupid humor like that. Because I get where the show is coming from. Is it good by any means? No. Oh shit, is it about character plot and is it about character development and plot? No.
No, but there are certain episodes where they tend to piss on the critics.
And they piss on their audience too. Look at the episode where they're like, "Dude, this show used to be about drama and character development." And they show off the summary of what the original show was like, and then the Go characters get all pissed that the original show got stopped. Anyway, now that led to looking up just about anything DC Universe related, DCAU related, excuse me, which brought back some good memories. And then that led to... Oh, and on top of this, I'm playing DC Legends on my phone.
I heard that was somewhat of a ripoff in the ripoff.
How can it be a ripoff when it's free?
Do you have in-app purchases?
Most games have in-app purchases.
Well, the way they set it up, somebody was complaining about it. I can't remember who.
Oh, bitch. They can bitch out what they want. It's not that bad.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Mostly because I haven't spent money.
Well, you're one of the ones who know how to do it right and cheese the system to get what you want.
Or just have patience and not care.
That works.
Anyway, so I play that, and then I'm also, let's see here. That led to, what else did it lead to? It led to a YouTube channel called Valiant, not related to Valiant Comics, that explained a lot of different shit about different comics, which then led to a YouTube channel called Comic Storian, where they summarize the main comic arcs, make a script, and then read it back dramatically. Both Marvel and, well, pretty all comic book arcs, pretty much, because I think they've done some Image Comics, and I think they've done some IDW stuff, which is, of course, interesting for me because, you know, Transformers. And now I have this incredible urge to review Injustice, so, you know, hey.
Injustice 2 coming, anyway.
Well, yeah, I know, but I don't have Injustice 2.
I hope you're talking about the comics. I've actually read
I'm not a
those.
comic book reviewer. I'm not a comic book reviewer.
Well, since you brought up Valiant, there is currently, in the Humble Bundle Comics thing, a Valiant comic bundle. It has 1 day and about 13 hours left.
Yeah, like, I'm not really a comic book person. I'm just on a kick, is all. I like the IPs more than I like than the actual reading of the comics. Plus, as for the comics themselves, for the Injustice angle, which explains pretty much what led up to Injustice 1 in the first Injustice game in the first place. Those are actually pretty good, based on what I've seen.
So basically, they fill the gap between Superman
books.
killing Joker and when you find out when your characters travel over to that universe.
I bought several of the books in hardcover. I love them.
Yeah, from what I understood, they were pretty good. So I'm not, I'm thinking about getting them, but I need money first. Considering I'm getting a Switch, the Switch version of Zelda, and the Wii U version of Zelda, because I'm nuts.
Switch
plus,
boy.
You need more than one version.
Are you going to compare them?
I might. Why do I need more than one version? I have 3 versions of Twilight Princess.
Where's the third one? Wait.
Wii and Wii U version?
Thank you very much.
Why?
Collections.
And the GameCube version was better than the Wii version.
We're kind of freaks that way. I mean, hell, I own all 3 versions of Time Splitters 2. I mean, we're weird that way. We love it.
So am I
and that's
coming
just
in
across
alright?
one generation of consoles.
Okay,
Yeah,
yes.
you're coming in fine.
One question.
That's good.
Now, here's a question I have in my own head. How does the Wii U version stack up against the GameCube version?
Well, actually, you know what? I'm gonna let you find out, because that's my other review, as I mentioned.
Well, the GameCube version's 480 interlaced, and
No, you can do a 480p version of it. It works with progressive scan.
Well then, the GameCube version is 480p, and the Wii U version is 1080p with new textures and other enhancements.
Yeah,
You see,
the 1080p is it's a remaster.
You see, folks, this is the kind of exclusive news you would get on the Reese King stream here on Twitch.
When the right people show up, we are the slowpoke. Sometimes we are the slowpoke meme.
So since I couldn't find my microphones, I am speaking to you through my Vive.
Okay.
That is
Wait,
awesome.
through your what?
Vive.
His set, his headset, his VR headset.
Weird.
It just has a mic built into it.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either. And now
That's a $600 mic.
Well, does it sound alright?
It's okay. You're getting some peaking every so often, but I think that's just the nature of the beast. If you're really going to record with it on, you might as well use a different microphone when you're doing something different. But in a pinch, it'll work.
If you're going to record, you should probably put some googly eyes on the front of the headset.
Oh, that would be funny.
Shit, I would.
But yeah, I don't just talk about I don't really talk about the resolution upping, and I do talk about some of the texture stuff, but I just want to talk about the game, so I talk about the game. I still need to add the bit about the Cave of Shadows shit, though. And at least I have 3 of the 5 new Zelda amiibo that will work with Breath of the Wild. Although I suppose the Smash Brothers ones might work with it also, I don't know.
So, viewing Mumble in VR is actually kind of boring.
I would think anything mundane in VR would be pretty boring. Yes, I'm going to write a Word document in VR.
I mean, the app I'm using has this nice city skyline and this fancy luxury apartment, but there's just a floating screen in front of me that's Mumble.
I am going to surf Google in VR. I read about that in CPU Magazine today. I was like, really?
As long as it supports porn.
It's just a display, so I'm sure it does.
It is relaxing, just sitting in the fake room and looking at Mumble. It's nothing exciting, but it's... not eye strain, just... it's tracked well, it's just... a thing.
And I will ignore politics section of YouTube. Oh, and I've been watching a lot of Oxhorn lately, too. I don't know if you know who he is. Oxhorn is a guy that is way too much into Fallout. But he dissects and kind of figures out the Fallout universe, particularly with Fallout 4. It's interesting what he does, and the way he talks works out pretty well. So I'm pretty happy with what he does. Oh, and Austin from Shoddycast is on Game Theorists now. So I just wish they'd let him go and let him panic.
Why?
Because he cusses like a sailor, and I think it's hilarious.
Wait, Austin joined Game Theorists?
He got hired by Game Theorists. Yep, he got hired by Game Theorists.
So wait, Austin's not part of Shoddycast anymore?
No, he's not doing Shoddycast anymore. He's on Game Theorists now. Which sucks, because that was the best part of Shoddycast.
Oh, well.
Oh,
Austin,
gosh.
Well, could he possibly come back just to do the... what can he do?
Well, because he's pretty much destroyed everything about Fallout 4 and Skyrim. And that's kind of what the emphasis of Shoddycast sort of is mostly... It's mostly been those two RPGs. I mean, they have a machinima based around Fallout 4, for crying out loud. I know they do other things, but for the most part, it's been that, and I'm glad he was able to do some other things. I was the thing about the Pokeballs was hilarious. The Halo rings was great. The Halo rings bit was great because he starts panicking with the fact that there's shit out in space that could kill you in 2 seconds. That was great. His debut episode on
Game Theorists?
Game Theorists was a little curt because he doesn't cuss as much as he normally does, and I think that's a Matt Pat thing. He's kind of got to cut it down.
What's his video?
Huh?
What's his video?
How to explain the gravity in Super Mario Galaxy.
Ooh, I gotta check this out to see a man who somewhat curses yelled talking about a kids game.
Oh, he is strung up on opioids at that point because he did have his wisdom teeth pulled out.
Wait, Austin had his teeth pulled out before he did this?
Yes, so he was hopped up on oxycodone. Honestly, I think that was just an excuse to make some noise because when he makes noise, it's funny.
How many teeth did he get pulled?
Probably all 4 of his wisdom teeth.
Hold on, also, he just... Wait a minute, he took his same intro and everything. Wait a minute, was that actually originally his?
Yeah, that's all his shit, yeah.
I was surprised Shoddycast didn't decide, hey, that's our shit now, because...
They have an entire playlist devoted to Austin. I don't think they handle intellectual property the same way as most places do. And so it's like the old days in wrestling. The gimmick goes with you.
Yeah, kind of like Terry Taylor can't get away from the Red Rooster.
That's something he would like to forget, I know. But part of it to me is that I'm willing to believe Bruce Pritchard on that just a little bit. But I know.
I love this guy. His series is called The Science of Blank.
Yes, the science.
I'm surprised he hasn't gone on to film theorists. Oh gosh, could you imagine him doing the science of film?
He could probably do some of that stuff too, because he's, in all honesty, Matt Pat's starting to run out of stuff for game theory. At least until the next FNAF game comes out. No.
If there's another one that comes out, he's gonna be like, I hate you so much.
And that's fine. I want him to get to the point where he is so pissed off that he starts cussing like a sailor and he just doesn't care. Because that's his thing. He likes to keep his mouth under control. And
why? Because YouTube money.
Well, it also makes him... Why? Because YouTube money? Fucking Cinemassacre?
Younger children, younger people.
But of course, Cinemassacre is also dealing with something new very soon.
I forget what that is.
He is going to watch Power Rangers.
Oh yeah, that's right. He started those. He started the reviews for that. I don't really care for it, but
yeah. So it's one of those things that and he's like, oh,
because he's never watched it. Because I don't think he's ever watched it.
No, we never did. He's watched clips of it and small things because he was like, oh, it has like giant rubber monsters, that kind of thing. And then he finally like, wait, it's like Saving the Bell, what? And now he's kind of like, I'm gonna watch season 1. I'm like, trust me, my friend.
He's gonna die.
He will get addicted to it. He was like, I gotta watch more. It's gonna be like, dude.
I suspect he probably will because he's into giant monster movies. He likes Godzilla, he likes Mothra, Gamera, that kind of thing. Maybe he'll get into the Japanese Power Rangers.
If there's anything what he's gonna do, there's like Lewis is gonna tell him, just stop it in space, and then you make your decision from there. It's like, why there?
I don't think he talks to those people. So. I mean, personally, I would. But that's just me. I'm nuts.
Well, yeah, I know that. I mean, I know your reason for not talking to people like that. And I'll be saying this. Even though I may not like Lewis for some of the stuff he does, I do like his Power Ranger series.
That was nice. That was nice. That was good. But, you know, at the same time, it's kind of like, eh.
Yeah,
I hope he's happy. I really do. But you know.
If there's anything, he's kind of gotten a little bit better. He doesn't seem like such an asshole now. Although just because he now has his girlfriend, or I think it's fiance now, that's actually trying to get him more straight. It's like, you understand the fucking shit you do nowadays.
Well, I've met Vega, and Vega's cool. Vega is down to earth. She's awesome. I hope she puts the beat down on him a little bit.
I think she does.
Although I have to admit, it's like Awesome Kong and well, Lewis is kind of... Yes, Jack. Hang on a minute.
Love you, Jack.
Jack! What? Yes, I know. Hang on, he has to know.
I'm uploading an example of what it's like in my VR world.
I've just about brought the bike's rating up to 1200 through endless ramp grinding.